Hello, Zozo. That's my boo. Come here. She's already done. She's already over me. Oh, fine. She's already over me. There's my baby. You won't turn me away. Not gonna lie, it's nice to be back in good old Electro McWheelie pants. So, I didn't leave my car plugged in while I was gone on purpose. I intentionally did that because I wanted to see what kind of phantom drain it had. This was the longest I'd been out of town without using the car. And for those who are curious, I gotta be honest, it's a little bit more significant than I thought it would be. When I left, I had 234. I know that was easy to remember because 234. 234 miles on it. And when I got back, I have this. 182 miles. That's a good 50 miles. 50 miles of phantom drain while I was gone. So it's a real thing, and I would suggest if you're on a long trip, maybe keep your car plugged in if you can. So in the last couple of vlogs, I think I mentioned that I was not feeling well. I know I said yesterday my ears would not depressurize after the plane because of all the congestion I've got right now. They still, well, this one's okay. This one is still not depressurized, and whenever I bend over I can hear black holes collide. It's amazing. So not feeling good at all. It's all in my body now. I'm just like wiped out, just not feeling good. So I don't know if that's travel crud or just exhaustion from all the not sleeping, but anyway, that's where I am right now. Not feeling good, and it's not a good thing that I have to record 3 videos today. But before I do that, I'm actually going to the dentist's office. I have a dentist appointment for a reason that I will explain later. Okay, so several years ago, I got, it's been 12 years ago or so, I got Invisalign to straighten my teeth, because my teeth have never been perfectly straight. I guess they weren't quite bad enough when I was a kid to justify getting braces, but anyway, I got Invisalign done, and it straightened my teeth, and then I had to wear a retainer for a while, and then I wound up having to get a crown, and then that retainer didn't fit, and I didn't want to spend the $300 or $400 or whatever it was to get a new retainer. And so I just left it alone, and my teeth went right back to nasty and crooked. And they've always bothered me, and especially now that I'm, on YouTube, and it's like I watch videos of myself, and it's like all I can see is, especially this tooth right here, is just so crooked. And they could be a little whiter too, but that's another thing. Anyway, I'm doing something about it. I'm getting Invisalign again, and this time I'm gonna remember to do the retainer and not be stupid about it. So that's what that was. I was getting imprints or whatever it was, impressions done to get those made. So that's going to be another 12 or 18 months of that. But yeah, I can afford it now, and I'm tired of my teeth looking crooked, so I'm doing something about it. And now, because I'm sick and I don't give a F, I'm going to do something terrible and get me some donuts, because I don't care. And second, they're usually surrounded by gigantic... And the second reason is because they're usually surrounded by gigantic clouds of superheated dust and gas. And the second is because they're usually surrounded by giant clouds of superheated dust and gas, especially the ones that the supermassive ones at the center of black holes. Fuck it. And the second reason is because they're usually surrounded by gigantic clouds of superheated dust and gas, especially the ones that supermassive black holes at the beginning. Awesome. I knew my brain was just not going to be up for it today. I wrote 3 scripts while I was in Florida, and my plan was to record all of them today and hand them off to Nick so that he can do his magic, but I recorded the one for Thursday, which kind of gets me in a good place, but right now I've got to lay down. I do not feel good right now. My head is just thumping because the pressure is still won't go down. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. It's kind of friggin' gorgeous out here today. It's too bad I can't really enjoy it. So I replaced this canopy back here, finally, but I kind of screwed up because you can see the upper level is still stuck underneath the lower level, and I've got to somehow find a way to undo these bars and move them or something. It's been, it was something I just kind of put off until after I got back from Florida, but I need to look at that again and figure out how to fix it. I took most of the day pretty easy and laid in bed quite a bit. Feel a little bit better now. My wife came home a little bit earlier, and we didn't really get to hardly even talk when I got home last night because she had to go to bed like right after I got home. But anyway, so we spent a little time just catching up. And now she's off doing Zumba, and I thought I might take the opportunity while the house is empty. Now that I'm feeling a little better, I might record another video. So every time I record a video, I pick out a shirt to wear, and I always try to find one that kind of represents something that I'm talking about. Like if it's space related, I'll definitely pick one that's space related. But if it's not, which this one is not, then I try to find something that's at least making a little bit of sense. I usually kind of default to this one when it's not space related, just because I think it's kind of neat and introspective. True story about these shirts. I don't really wear them out and about, and they kind of just sit here in this closet in the room that I do the recording in. And it gets hot up here. It's a second story. I got these big lights, and I sweat in these things. So most of these shirts stink. I have very smelly shirts. There we go. So the guy who designed these shirts, actually, his name is Michael. He lives in Prague. And he's been an amazing person to work with, complete professional. And I'm really happy that he's been able to kind of grow his business. It's not just me. He works with other YouTubers as well. But I am proud to say I was the first. I thought I was the first one, and then I started seeing his shirts on all these other YouTube channels, and I found out that like after things kind of worked out with me, he kind of expanded to these other YouTube channels. But I was the first one, and he actually sent me a really nice email where he was saying that he was like going through a downturn in his life, and when I came along and approached him about doing shirts, like that kind of turned everything around. That made me feel good. But I wanted to say I sent him an email last week because when I was in Florida at Kennedy Space Center, I saw a lot of people wearing his shirts, and that made me really excited. And like I wanted to kind of go up to those people because I was kind of curious where they got it. What YouTube channel they might have gotten it through. But I was afraid that it would wind up being me, and then I would just look really douchey. I'd be like, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt? That's for me." Just sounded, just didn't seem like that would come off very well. So I didn't ask. But I did see several people wearing his shirts, and I'm just like, that's so cool. It makes me really happy for him. This morning when I got that donut, I also got a chicken biscuit sandwich that they offer at this place called Hypnotic Donuts. There's another place called Emporium Pies. That's a whole different thing. But they make these chicken biscuits called the Amy's Chicken Biscuit, and it's delicious. I ate half of it earlier. It's done. I ate half of it earlier, and I can only eat like half of it at a time because it's huge. So I'm going to eat this to be my dinner for the night. And I got one video recorded. I wanted to get two recorded just now, but there's a prop that I need for one of them, and I couldn't find it. I did eventually find it, but right now it's gotten kind of late. I'll just do that one in the morning. So now I'm going to eat my little biscuit and call it a day. I don't think there's any more excitement for you guys tonight. But I'm feeling much better. I woke up feeling terrible, feeling a little bit better now, and I hope that continues. I hope the rest of you are feeling well. I will catch you tomorrow.